Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you the new look Black Wings, and oh my god, this deck might be a problem. I was not completely sold on Black Wings just because I never really enjoyed them when I did try them out in the TCG, but they are incredibly strong, insanely consistent, although it is a very expensive deck. But as you can see, I didn't go in super ham in the new box. Your boy only has 2 Simoon and only 1 Gale the Whirlwind. So I do have the 3 Black Whirlwind, which that makes it super good. And yeah, the deck is crazy consistent. We're using Harpy's Hunting Ground, which is a busted skill with this deck. You can also use Mountains if you want. Basically what we're trying to do with Harpy's Hunting Ground is we're trying to get that spicy 200 attack boost. That way when we summon Blackwing monsters, they are 200 attack higher, meaning we can basically search anything else in the deck with the Black Whirlwind. If you summon Bora, you can search another Bora because this is going to be 19 and the Bora is going to be 1700 in the deck. If you summon this boy Simoon, he's going to be 1800. He can search every card except for Chris, the Crack of Dawn. So the skill makes the deck so much better because you're able to search any monster, as I said, with your main combo plays. And yeah, the deck is pretty disgusting, man. This is very early testing. I shouldn't be awake, but as soon as I stopped streaming, I was like, you know what? I did get 2 of the Simoon. Let me try the Black Wings. And the deck got me way too hype and I couldn't sleep, so I'm like, I'm just gonna record it. I'm probably gonna be dead tired at work tomorrow, but it'll be worth it because you guys are in for a treat. So Simoon the Poison Wind. What makes this guy so good? If you control no monsters and have this card in your hand, you can banish 1 other Black Wing monster from your hand, place 1 Black Whirlwind, that's this spell, and then you normal summon this without tributing. So immediately you're getting a plus, well, it's not really a +1 because you have to banish another card, but you're going to summon and then search a card, so there's your +1, and that doesn't eat your normal summon. You can still normal summon for a turn, so you can search anything else that you want to normal summon, get an additional search, and just go off from there. He's a level 6, so you can search a level 1 tuner to go into your level 7 synchros, which is the main engine of the deck. It's just crazy. If you have multiple Black Whirlwinds and then you summon this guy, you can get 6 cards. I do that in one duel that you guys are gonna see. It's just insane. The counter trap is pretty good, but it only works against monster effects. So there is a little bit of a downside. But like I said, this is early testing. This is me trying to get acquainted with all the cards, and then adjust will be made once we see the weaknesses in the deck. One of the biggest weaknesses is going first. This deck pops off, but it wants to OTK the opponent. So going second is preferred. There's a lot of back row that can interrupt our plays. If they Cyclone or Whirlwind, we don't get our searchers. If they, they Canadia or monsters, we don't get the Synchro Summon. So you can run things such as Hate Runade or things of that nature to destroy the back row. Now keep in mind that the Black Whirlwind that you activate using this guy will be destroyed at the end phase and you will lose 1000 life, which is not a huge deal because you'll get an amazing board off of that. Next we have Zephyrus. This guy, I barely used him. He's got a cool effect. If he's in the graveyard, you can return any face-up card you control to the hand and then you special summon the card. Because we run a field spell, we can special summon this guy for free and then just activate the field spell again. We lose 500 life points and you can only activate the effect once per duel. This guy is amazing, Bora the Spear. I'm so lucky that I have 3 of them because you can just special summon this guy for free. He's the Kisan of the Black Wings, and although we have the free-to-play version, which is this guy, Chris the Crack of Dawn, you can only special summon Chris once per turn using that effect. There's no restriction with Bora the Spear, so you can just summon. You just have to control another Black Wing other than this guy in order to do so. Now, Gale is super good because if you control a Black Wing monster, you special summon this guy. He's a level 3 tuner, so it's a free summon. You can target any face-up monster your opponent controls, half their attack and defense, which is crazy because you do that for free, and then you synchro and get over whatever you just have. but I only have the one. So the way I'm making up for that is by running this guy, Breeze the Saphir. This guy is so good because he's also a level 3 tuner, and he doesn't have to eat your normal summon, because it says if this card is added from your deck to your hand by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. So you're gonna normal summon your Bora the Spear while you have a Black Whirlwind on the field. You search for this guy and then he immediately gets summoned. So, you know, he's like a proxy Gale the Whirlwind. If you have 3 Gales, Gales is way better than this. This guy is just here because we don't have the Gales. And then I threw in one Pinaki the Waxing Moon. He's another level 3. He's an okay turn 1 play if you happen to draw him, because you can just set him, hope that your opponent gets over it, and then during the end phase you can search any Blackwing monster, which 9 times out of 10 that's going to be the Simoon. And you know, other than that, you can also use him to synchro summon. We already said Chris the Crack of Dawn, you can special summon this guy for free, but you can only do that once per turn. This is another tuner, level 1 tuner that you can special summon if you control a Blackwing monster other than this guy. And also when you synchro summon using this guy, you can switch the attack position of, or you know, the field position of any monster on the field, whether it's your opponent's or your own. So it's really good. If your opponent has one face down, you can put him in attack position. That way you can just attack right over it and deal damage, because like I said, we are trying to OTK, and you can actually run multiple you can run multiple of these. I wanted to run this guy just to try him out, because look at his artwork. How can you not run this guy? He's got a wife beater. But anyway, I never really got to use his effect. He's just a level 1 tuner. You can't special summon it, so it's a downside. He has no attack or defense, so you can't search anything if you have the Black Whirlwind. But it does have this cool effect. Once per turn, you can target one synchro monster on the field. This card's attack becomes that monster's current attack until the end of this turn. So say you have a big boy like, what is it, this guy? Yeah, this guy gets 300 attack for anything in the grave. So you have this guy with like over 3,000 attack. You summon him, you copy the attack, and then you try to go for a game. That was the thing I was going for, but it never really came up. So you can actually add another Orochi, the Squall. But you never want to draw into this guy, you want to search it. So they're okay as one-offs. And then the counter trap, again, you can send one face-up Blackwing monster you control to the graveyard, negate the activation of an opponent's monster effect. And if you do destroy it, then you can special summon one Blackwing Dragon, which is this guy. It's the only reason he's in the deck, but honestly, in early testing, I don't need this card at all. If I don't get the summon off of this, is whatever. I would rather this be a level 9 synchro, because there's so many times where I have a level 4 and my Assault Blackwing Sohaya as a tuner, and I could go into a level 9 potentially, but you know, there's just not enough space in the extra deck. So for the extra deck monsters, like I said, this guy is here for that reason. Oh, if you control Blackwing Synchro, by the way, you can activate this from your hand, if that's not busted enough. Assault Blackwing Onimaru, this is another card that I didn't really get to use a whole lot. You can summon him with, you know, this guy being a level 5 tuner when you summon him using a Blackwing, and then any of your level 7s, but I never went into it. He has a really cool effect that says cannot be destroyed by card effects, and then if you summon him using only synchro monsters, you can he attacks. This card gains 3,000 attack during damage step only. So that can help you get over a lot of big boys, but it never came up. I feel like it's replaceable, honestly, to make room for a level 9, because the rest of the cards you absolutely need. This level 5 is really good, but right now he's not that great because of the reasons I mentioned. So maybe you could cut him, but this 3 guys is what you absolutely need. This card is synchro summon using a Blackwing monster. It's treated as a tuner while face up on the field. This card gains 300 attack for each Blackwing monster in your graveyard. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Wing Beast type synchro monster in your graveyard except itself, and special summon. Actually, I just realized that they all become synchro monsters except for this guy. So I guess if you wanted to go into your level 12, you have to use him and this guy, unless you brought back, there's a lot of plays, but anyway, this guy is your main go-to. If this card is synchro summon using Blackwing monster, he's treated as a tuner. Once per turn, you can target the cards your opponent controls up to the number of other Blackwing monsters you control, destroy them. So a maximum of 2 because we only have 3 monster summons, but it's really good. And then we have Blackwing Tamer, Obsidian Hawk Joe. You can target 1 level 5 or higher Wing Beast type monster in your graveyard, special summon it. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card effect that targets only this card, or when your opponent targets this card for an attack, you can target 1 other Blackwing monster you control that would be an appropriate target. That card, attack, whatever, it now targets the new target. And you can only use each effect once per turn. So this is really good because he can bring back your any of your synchro monsters, which is really nice. He can also bring back your Simoon, which is, it's also nice. You know, he's a nice 1800 beater under the field spell. And you can have him on the field to send to the grave for the cost of Blackbird Close. But yeah, that was a really long deck explanation, and I understand. I'm gonna put a timestamp somewhere in the description. I probably should have said that at the beginning, but it's a brand new deck. It's a little hard to get used to, but once you see the bread and butter plays, it's really a fun deck to play. And yeah, I wasn't excited for it, but it definitely changed my mind after seeing how strong it could be. So we're going up against the balanced 30 card deck. Maybe not the strongest test until you see how he opens up. Yamato, Ties of the Brethren. So he's going to summon Arasuda, he's going to summon a Mikasuchi. Sinyu is going to be sent to the graveyard, so there's a battle step or a battle protection card. And then there's also a Quilling, which can destroy a face-up card, so we're not too worried about that. But look at this, double Black Whirlwind, and we have Simoon. You want to talk card advantage? Let me just search 3 cards, any 3 cards I feel like it. It doesn't matter that we got rid of a level 4 because thanks to our field spell, we can search for the level 4s. Saphir is going to be special summon because we added it from the deck, as I mentioned. I also added the Orochi. And keep in mind, I'm doing all this and I haven't even normal summoned it. So we have Raikiri. He's going to switch the position of the Yamato, so if there's a Crane, we don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about the card that's this guy. The damage that guy. Because he only adds the attack, so we can just attack right over this Yamato. Alright, we have Bora. Now that is our normal summon for the duel. So we can add, for the turn, so we can add 3 more monsters. And we could do so much more, but we just don't have the space. So we're gonna pop the other 2. Synchro summon. Obsidian Hawk Joe. Normal summon the Bora because he pierces. Mikasuchi that I wasn't expecting, but I'm like, you know what? I didn't feel any... I didn't feel a double delay, so I decided to just sacrifice my Joe and then attack with my Raikiri. And sure enough, he didn't have the Crane in hand, so we got kind of lucky there. We could take the win. But yeah, that, I mean, that was stupid because I had 3 Black Whirlwinds turn 1. And I just got to search anything in my deck thanks to the Harpy's Hunting Ground. It was kind of hard to get replays for this deck because a lot of people were just scooping or there was nothing particularly interesting happening. Like right here, it's gonna Cosmic Cyclone, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. We still have our tuner, and then we have 2 monsters that we can special summon. So we're gonna go into Raikiri, activate the effect, pop the monster, we get the scoop. So even though we lost our Black Whirlwind, there's enough special summoning in the deck that we were able to win. Alright, next we have Ishizu. This time we're going first, so we're gonna set up a turn 1 board. There's our Whirlwind. Normal summon the Poison Wind, search for Sora. normal summon the Breeze. Breeze can search for my Orochi, I should say. Now I can special summon the Bora that I searched first. We get the boy. Special summon Orochi, Synchro for the Raikiri, and then we can special summon the Poison. And we'll special summon this guy so we can negate using the Blackbird Close. It's gonna set 2 monsters. I mean, a face down on a monster. Econ take. So we're going up against Blue Eyes. And I just have to end my turn. We still have a monster negation. He already used the normal summon right there. Goes into Vermilion. Now he summons the Vermilion in defense position and scoops. That's why I'm stopping the play right here. But it doesn't matter because Vermilion is going to activate. I can either redirect, if he targets my Joe, I can redirect the destruction effect, or I can just flat out negate. We send this from the field to the graveyard, and then we get our level 8 out for free. And then at that point, his turn's pretty much over, right? But he summons the Vermilion in defense position. I don't know if it was a mistake or what. Not that it matters. We had that dub. And then, unless the opponent can swarm the board through or counter trap, what's gonna happen there is he's gonna either destroy Joe or Raikiri. If he destroys Joe, I can use Raikiri to destroy whatever monster he used to destroy my Joe. If he destroys the Raikiri, because there's that destruction effect threat, then I can just special summon it back using Joe. So, alright, double Harpy's Hunting Ground. We got the mirror match. I was super fortunate, I'll be the first one to say that, that I went second. Because we get to do all our shenanigans. He destroyed my field spell, it doesn't matter. I still get the attack boost from his field spell. And I'm playing this as if this is the counter trap. I'm trying, you know, in my mind we're playing the exact same deck, so this has to be the counter trap. That's why I'm making the plays you're going to see. Doesn't negate this effect. Because he can't, I had to be on the field. So he can't negate any of this. I could bait out the negation using Gale. We're gonna do something spicier. Alright, we normal summon the Crack of Dawn, Chris. And normally I would go for Joe, but this time I'm going to go for the this guy, Raikiri first. Because I was expecting this to be the counter trap. So in my mind, he's gonna negate this, destroy my monster, summon the level 8. Now I can go into my Joe, summon this guy back, and then activate. Can you activate this? Yeah, then activate the effect again and blow up both of the Synchro monsters and go for game. Instead, he has Super Team Body Force. So I end up losing my second Synchro. And that's why I don't have game this turn. But still, he has no resources, low life, and I have everything you see on the field, plus a follow-up in my hand if things were to go bad, so we get the win. Yeah, I feel like if it turns into a Blackwing meta, it's gonna be really interesting what people tech in for the mirror match. Because do you tech Cyclones so you can destroy or, you know, banish the Whirlwinds before your opponent gets to search? Do you put more monster negation for when the monster activates on the hand, not on the field? So it'll be interesting. Alright, 2 face downs. We kind of know, or at least I figured what this deck was going to be. This time we don't have our Black Whirlwind, we don't have our level 6. It doesn't matter, you can still make plays. Now what I was going for here is I'm going to activate my boy Roshi, and I wanted to see what he was playing. And I figure if this is Alistair, Alistair is going to activate. I can negate the Alistair, summon my level 8, and go for game. It wasn't, but it's still something I can OTK through thanks to Sephiroth. We're going to summon him back to the field, activate Harpy's Hunting Ground. And those back row were Cosmic Cyclones, because they were activatable from the beginning of my draw phase, and that's because I had the Harpy's Hunting Ground. Afterwards I checked the deck and my assumption was correct. So yeah, we get the win. Sorry for the long video. Sorry if I was all over the place. I'm still learning the deck myself. But it's really fun, man. If you have it, definitely try it out. I feel like this card is more important. The Poison Wind is way more important than the Gale because we do have substitutes for Gale. We don't have anything that even remotely does what Simoon does. So hope you guys got lucky and pulled him. That's gonna be it for me. See, I recorded this so unprepared. I don't have a deck list on the side. I didn't even name the deck, but I wanted to put it out for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.